The countdown to our kickoff to summer vacation is on, and we've got a lot of prepping and packing to do, so let's jump into it. Before we jump into all of the prepping and packing that we are going to do in today's video, I did quickly want to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Ashley, and here on my channel, Pixie Dusted Mom, I am all about sharing tips, tricks, and hacks for helping you plan the best Disney vacation possible for your family, as well as sharing vlogs from our adventures along the way to help you and your family get excited for your next magical vacation. I hope you will consider subscribing and joining our little internet fam here on YouTube. Would absolutely love to have you. And if you were excited, you're ready to get prepping, go ahead, click that thumbs up button, and let's jump into that video. A quick overview of what I'm prepping and packing for, because that way you can kind of compare and see like what this is looking like and what we're prepping for, and that way you can kind of see a little bit of a comparison of like, okay, well, we're doing this and we're doing similar things, or we're doing this on our park days, or we're doing that. So just kind of talking through that. So first, we are flying down on Saturday, May 24th. Is the day we're flying down. We're kicking off summer with a Memorial Day weekend trip. Very excited, and also like crossing my fingers that crowds aren't too bad. The last time we were there for Memorial Day weekend, it was actually fairly dead, to be perfectly honest, which was surprising for a Memorial Day, like holiday weekend situation. It wasn't bad. So I'm hoping this year is similar to last year and it goes as well. But flying down on the 24th, we'll be in Orlando about 10:30, and then we'll have our transportation company that we always use, MCO to Disney. I will have, again, their information linked down below. All the people I talk about, I will try to link down below so you can check their information out, but they are the transportation company we'll be using, so I have them set to pick us up from the airport. Our flight lands just before 10:30, barring no delays. So we'll have that, and then it'll be whisking us off to our resort, Pop Century, so we'll check in there. Hopefully, maybe they'll have a room ready. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We're gonna prep for them not having a room ready, and we're gonna hope that they have a room ready. So it's one of those prepping for the worst, hoping for the best situations. And then we're gonna take advantage of the free water parks that they have in 2025. Our plan is to maybe do both. I don't know. We'll see if that can happen. We'll see if we can water park hop. But since Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon are open at the same time for the very first time since 2019, I'm excited. So that summer was like the last full summer that it was open, and then the pandemic happened in March of 2020. And so when everything shut down, it's never been open at the same time again. So I'm hoping maybe we can do both, because that would be really cool. That is the idea for our arrival day. Maybe dinner at Disney Springs, depending on how we're feeling after all that water park fun, if we're hungry or not. It is a very like go with the flow kind of day. I'm not doing a lot of concrete things. For me personally, I don't like to do like dining reservations and like hard things and on our arrival day. Now, if it's something that it's like, okay, we can ebb and flow, but I don't want something that I'm super excited about and then really disappointed if I have to cancel it. So if that makes any sense, especially with little kids, we try to just kind of take it easy with our plans. It's very loose, like this is the idea of what we're gonna do, but absolutely none of this could happen. So that's the plan for that day. The next day is Sunday the 25th. We're gonna be spending the day at Animal Kingdom and hanging out there. I've got a dinner reservation at Yak and Yeti. We've never eaten there before, so I'm really excited to try out something new. And the menu looks really good. Like there's multiple things. I'm like, maybe I'll order one thing, maybe Rabin will order something else that I also am interested in. Hopefully, usually we end up doing that. That's my husband, and we usually like very similar things. So it'd be like, okay, I'm gonna just like eat off your plate, you're gonna eat off mine, and we're gonna trade. And so hopefully we can try out a few different dishes there. The next day is going to be actual Memorial Day, Monday the 26th, not the 27th. But that day we're spending it at Epcot and kind of taking it easy there. I don't have any dining reservations. A last minute like idea that I've had pop in is maybe getting a reservation for Space 220. I'm checking for that. I've got my dining alerts going, all that good stuff. So maybe fingers crossed we can snag something last minute. We'll see if we end up doing that, but got that. And then the next day, the 27th, is our Magic Kingdom day, which I'm very, very excited about because my family is going to be there. I've got some extended family, cousins, my aunt's gonna be there and their kids, and like it's gonna be great. I'm very excited. They have little ones similar to the girls' age, and so like getting to be there with my family and see our kids like play together. We went to Disney as a big family, and that was my very first trip to Disney, and was like all together as a family. So the fact that we get to be there at the same time and we're gonna get to hang out in our happy place, I think that is so special. And I'm like really looking forward to it. Like literally, my cousin's wife and I were like literally planning all the lightning lanes and like doing all the things. So very, very excited. We do have a reservation for Tony's that day, Tony's Town Square, the Italian restaurant there. So I love it. Literally dreaming of the Tony's bread already, but that's the plan for that day. The next day is Wednesday, the 28th. And that's gonna be our Hollywood Studios day and also our last day at Disney. So we will probably that morning stow our bags with Bell Services. We'll pack up before we head to the park, start packing up a little along through the week. And then that morning we'll officially pack everything up, give the bags to Bell Services, leave them with them, do a little checkout, and then head over to Hollywood Studios for the day, do our dealio there, and then come back, grab our bags. And I think at 7 p.m. is when we're being picked up to go to the airport, but we're not flying out that night. The next morning, we have an early flight that is leaving at 6:15 a.m. from MCO back to Nashville. And so we decided to stay at the Hyatt in the Orlando airport so that we're just like right there for being able to get on the plane and go. So that was kind of the idea with that, is to just make it a little bit easier. I know it's like a 30 or so minute drive from Disney World to the airport, but I'm like, we're just gonna cut anything we can. The cost is similar to staying at Pop Century still. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's go ahead and go there. And that way we don't have to do that transition early in the morning. We literally can grab the kids out of the bed. They can fly in their pajamas. It's okay. We can put on some comfy clothes and we're just gonna go downstairs, go through TSA pre-check, and then get to the plane as fast as possible. So that's kind of the 30,000 foot view, broad spectrum view of our trip. And also huge thanks to Sarah over at the Main Street Mom for helping us to plan this. She's actually hosting our travel days and all of our days there at the resort. And so very, very excited and very grateful to Sarah. I will link her information down below. You guys can check her out. She is seriously the best. Love working with her, and she is seriously the sweetest. And I promise, if you book through her, she is going to help you every little step of the way, as well as probably make you like absolutely fall in love with Disney if you're not already. And the fact of having a travel planner, they don't cost any extra, which is awesome. She can jump in and help with things. She's guiding you through the steps of the way. So if you're confused about anything, you do have her support to fall back on. And so love, love, love getting to work with awesome travel agents that love Disney and literally know what they're talking about, because not all travel planners are unfortunately considered equal. They come in a wide variety of knowledge, and Sarah's invested a lot of time into knowing Disney and honing her craft. And so I love getting to work with her and getting to recommend her to you guys. So thank you to Sarah for hosting us on our nights there at Pop Century. We're so excited. Can't wait to be there. Literally less than 2 weeks right now. So, all right, we got a lot to do. That's kind of the overview. Now, let's get into doing some prepping and packing, because we got to get everything in the suitcases at this point. And today's task is to go ahead and grab the suitcases, grab the bags, all the packing gear that I'm anticipating using, getting that ready, probably placing somewhat of a like last minute things, Amazon order of stuff that I might not thought of until now. Maybe you're prepping 6 months in advance. If you're already thinking of things, go ahead and do future you a favor. Start making a list, start adding things to your cart, start adding things to an Amazon wish list, or whatever that looks like for you. Go ahead and start compiling those things that you're like, I know I'm gonna need these toiletry items, or these things for the parks, or this heat gear, or this cold weather gear, or these things to keep my kids occupied at the table. Whatever that looks like, whatever phase of Disney you're in, definitely start prepping sooner rather than later. You can do it last minute, but it definitely takes out some of the stress if you start a little early and get ready and just kind of ease into it a little bit along. And a few little things here and there will get you a lot closer to being ready for your next trip. The absolute MVP of this whole packing situation is going to be this 28-inch luminous textured 28-inch checked bag from Level 8 Luggage, and they're actually the sponsor of today's Disney Prep and Pack with me. So thank you so much to Level 8 for sponsoring today's video. I had the privilege of working with them a couple of years back, loved their luggage. So when they reached out to work again, I'm like, hands down, yes, your suitcases were amazing. With our last collaboration, I got to try out their carry-on bags, but this go around, I'm like, let's see what the check bags can do. Let's hold to see how well they pack. So I'm excited to kind of pack in this bag throughout today's video, but I wanted to kind of introduce them and give a little bag tour here in the very beginning of the video. Okay, you guys, the inside of these bags has the most incredible organization, and I absolutely love them. They're not Disney themed, but these bags are seriously incredible. I love that the main bulky side of the suitcase where you put most of your things does have this mesh zipper cover to keep things organized. If you pop the suitcase open, things aren't flying everywhere, as well as it does have the classic little buckle strap. So if you need a little bit more space, you don't want to use the mesh, you could do that. You can just use the buckle. Has lots of options, and this thing is deep. You guys, it is so deep, so much space in this suitcase, and so I am so excited to try to pack all of my family of four for our week-long trip in this bag, because I think it's gonna be perfect. Back to the top side of the bag, I love that this is split into two different sections. So the side, it's not like a long one across the top like a stereotypical suitcase is. It has some compartments so you can kind of organize. You can put one person's items on this side, other person's or items on this side, or if you just want to be extra organized packing for yourself, you can do that. And then this zips back to reveal even more storage and another buckle spot over here. So seriously, so excited about this bag, about the organization. Now let's get some prepping done. If you are in the market though for a new suitcase, definitely check out Level 8. I will have all their information down below. They are one of our favorite bags and suitcases that we own. So if you guys are interested in checking those out, I'll have all the details down below. Thank you again to Level 8 for sponsoring this portion of today's video. And now let's get prepping because we've got to fill this suitcase in a couple of days. Other gear that I'm going to be using on this trip are my girls' personal item sized suitcases. We are flying Spirit, and so these fit within their size parameters. So I'm going to pack those up for my girls, and then my husband and I will have a personal item. I'm not officially decided on our personal items yet. That might be our park bag, and it may be just like a personal item style bag. We're gonna work through that as we start packing, and it's gonna be in one of those. I've got a couple options, but we're gonna make a game time decision on that one. I've been pulling some of our summer Disney stuff. I filmed an entire video the other day about things to pack for a summer Disney trip. So if you want to really like in-depth, you can go over check that one out. I'll link it down below, and that way you can go see that one if you want to. But as far as packing for this specific trip and what I'm taking, I'm gonna start working on getting some of this stuff off the bed. This is kind of my ground zero here in my guest room. If you don't have extra space or an extra room in your house to prep in, have a laundry basket, a box, go ahead and start throwing things in your suitcase. Just start getting things together and that'll help. But I'm gonna start grabbing some of these things off of the bed, getting them in the bags, and also trying to get together that last minute Amazon order, because there's a few things I already have in my cart and I wanna just start slowly like gathering things off this, because I know it's gonna jog my memory on other things that I'm currently forgetting, but I'm like, there's something. Like, you know, you just have that intuition. You're just like, there's something I'm forgetting. What is it? One thing I know I can go ahead and pack away in our bags here is our heat gear. So this is going to look like our handheld misting fans. I have one for all four of us. So we've got these. I love they either have a little handheld strap that they come with now, or they have a lanyard kind of strap so you can hang it off of your neck. So I'm gonna throw these in the bottom of my park bag. That way we can grab those out as needed. All right, next up for hubby's park bag, that same bottom compartment. It's meant for shoes in the bottom of the bag, but for us, since it's our park bag, we're not necessarily carrying extra shoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss in our rain gear. So we love rain jackets over ponchos. They just hold up better for us and our family. So that's what I'm gonna pack up. They don't take up a ton of space. I mean, I feel like it takes up no more space than a poncho. So it's not super bulky and just a personal preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the girls in here. Under here. And hubby's rain jacket is also going to go in here. This is just the rain jacket compartment. That way when we're like, oh my gosh, rain is coming, we know exactly where it's at. And we always, with these bags, we try to put everything in the same compartment each time. That way we both know where it's at, and he's not like, where'd you put this? And I'm not like, I don't remember. It's like, we have a system, and this is the rain gear system. Next up, I'm gonna be packing up my girls' extra set of clothes. Their backup outfits. Yes, they are 3 and 5, but I am still taking backups because as soon as I don't, it always happens. We get dirty, we get nasty, and they need to change. So I always keep that either in my travel bag with me on an airplane, or when we're in the parks, it stays on my park bag. So we're gonna go ahead and get that prepped. When it comes to the wet bags themselves, I do 2 different prints. You could do 2 different colors, but that just makes it really easy to grab and go out of the bag. If you are in the instance where you need to change, we're definitely coming out of babyhood and toddlerhood where this happened a lot more frequently. Thankfully, it's a lot less, but still makes it a lot easier when you're prepping. Next up are water bottles. So on our April trip, we made the switch to filtered water bottles and really liked it. It definitely took out a lot of the Florida water taste. So if you do like to get like free water or get water from some of the water stations and stuff throughout the parks, it doesn't taste so Florida-y. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It just has a different taste to it. Unless you're used to that kind of taste of water and that's okay with you, then obviously that works. If you like it, you like it. But for me, I can't do it, and this saves having to have so many like bottles and things to keep up with. But after each trip, and maybe this is just being like a germaphobe, but I'm like, I want to get rid of the filters. So I do have in my cart water bottle filters for these. So you just have to pop the top out of this and be able to put the new carbon filter in there. So I have those in the Amazon cart, so I definitely need to check that out and get those on order so I can have our water bottles prepped and ready to go. Another thing I did get a couple weeks back in preparation for the trip is this little water bottle holder. So in the summertime, it is really nice to keep your bottle with you, whether you have a bag that you can keep it in, you keep your backpack with you and you don't leave it in the stroller, you have a purse that holds water bottles or whatever. I'm like, this is going to be so helpful because I can wear it almost like a little purse on my elbow or something. Like I can hold it with my hand, I can be able to grab the water bottle, and it just makes it a lot easier to keep with you because sometimes you're like really thirsty in lines and you need to kind of be hydrating, because in that Florida heat, it is imperative that you drink lots of water. It's imperative that your kids drink lots and lots of water. So keep them hydrated, keep yourselves hydrated. When you come maybe back to your stroller or you're about to get on a ride or you get off a ride, it's like, all right, everybody does a water break. You need to do those consistent water breaks. Keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself feeling good. Another day, another round of vacation prep, and another iced coffee. So we're gonna work on trying to get together outfits and toiletries today. That is my goal. I'm just trying to do a little bit along every day, just prepping for the trip, getting it ready, getting things laid out. So I'm gonna oddly start with my outfits. Usually the kids go first, but they're doing quiet times. I'm like, I'm not gonna involve them right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay mine out, and then we'll start putting together some family outfits and get this whole thing rolling. Here is the outfit situation so far for hubby and I. I have our first day's outfits, not our travel day outfits, but once we get there, we're planning on doing some water park hopping there. So I've got him his swim trunks and an orange shirt to wear with that. And then once we change, usually he doesn't get his shirt wet, so he can wear that, and then switch into some dry shorts for maybe grabbing dinner. If we have time, we decide to run by Disney Springs, we can do that. I've got my swimsuit. I've got this dress that I'll wear as a cover up, and then I'll probably take this dress as my like dinner dress. So that's that day for Animal Kingdom. I've got 2 outfits per day. Epcot, 2 outfits per day. Magic Kingdom, 2 outfits per day. And then our last day, we're doing kind of a half-ish park day, so I don't have a secondary park outfit for that. I'm gonna take something comfy that we can change into, probably after showers, after an extended park day. Because after a summer Disney sweat fest, I am so excited to grab a shower at the end of the day. And also, I like to take 2 outfits because for us, our park day strategy is we usually wake up early, we do early entry, we enjoy the morning, we have lunch in the park, and then we head back to the resort. We do a midday break, whether that looks like a nap in the room, we do quiet time and relax in the room with our girls, we do a little bit of chill pool time, and then get ready, get cleaned back up, put on a fresh outfit that has not already been pre-soaked in sweat from the first like 4 to 6 hours of our day. So once we do that, then we have something clean to put on. And so that's just, it's nice to put on those fresh clothes and to have something different to wear in the evening. So that is why I like to personally pack 2 outfits per day, especially in the summer. You can get away with doing like 1 and then maybe having a backup if you wanted to change. You can get away with that, I feel like, easier, or at least for me, I can get away with that easier in other parts of the year. But especially in the summertime, it is it's gotta have 2 outfits a day because it's gonna be drenched. Okay, I've moved to the 5-year-old's room and she likes to change clothes like 27 times a day. It is a fashion show over here, which is adorable, but it's also like, girl, the amount of laundry is like through the roof. But I'm gonna figure out outfits for them and then I'll kind of show you what I'm taking for the girls. Another day, another round of Disney prep. So the clothes that we pulled the other day, there was like, we're gonna get those in packing cubes. We're gonna get them in the suitcase. They're still laying on my bed. And we're 5 days out. So it is what it is. It's coming along. So this is what we're looking at. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of the outfits. I'll try to link some stuff down below. I'm not gonna go too in depth because this is like a prepping and packing vlog and it's probably gonna be an hour already and I don't want it to be like 2 hours. The first day we are doing water park hopping, hopefully. I think I've mentioned that like 5 million times in this video, but got outfits laid out for that. I've got my husband's outfit, my outfits, and then got the girls, their swimsuits cover up, and then a little dress to change into for after our water park time. Have our Animal Kingdom day outfits. It's summer, it's hot, we're taking 2 outfits a day, so I have the girls some cute little Moana outfits, and then our clothes that I showed earlier. I've got them some little sets. We're doing kind of brighter colors, just kind of switching it up for Animal Kingdom. Usually we do like this theme and it's all like muted and safari-like, and I'm like, let's just go colorful because some of the spots there are like super vibrant, super colorful, so I'm like, that's gonna be fun. Got our Epcot outfits, so we're starting out with a Moana vibe here as well, and then going to be switching to Anna and Elsa in the evening, so kind of doing a little outfit change during our midday break that we always do. For our Magic Kingdom day, I'm taking 2 outfits. This is our day we'll be there with family. I don't know that we'll do a midday break, but I'm honestly considering taking a second outfit to change into just to kind of refresh about halfway through the day, to be perfectly honest. So we'll see what we do, but I am going ahead and packing that either way. And then our final day, we're spending the morning at Hollywood Studios. So I've got these little sets for the girls that they're gonna be wearing this time. Got my Buzz Lightyear themed set. And then I'm kind of thinking like Army Man for Dean, like with green shirt and his black shorts-ish. So it's a little more casual, a little less themed for this. And then I've grabbed my outfit for the flight home, but I need to grab the rest of their outfits. But for sure, like our park clothes, I want to go ahead, get those in our hanging packing cubes. That way they are up and out of the way. And this is like the bulk, I feel like, of the most amount, like the biggest category basically that needs to go in the suitcase. So getting this category done is like really knocking a lot off the plate. One thing I am doing with the hanging packing cubes is I know in our hotel, just from a little Google search, we've stayed there before, that sort of thing. So if you've never stayed at the resort you're staying at, either Google search it. I may have a room tour on it, so you can go check that out. Shameless plug for my room tours. You can find things like that to be able to check out the rooms themselves. So I know I don't have a ton of hanging space, and while I love my hanging packing cubes, that does mean I have to kind of strategize. I'm splitting them into 2 of the large size. This is the large of the hanging packing cubes. I'll have them linked down below, but these are going to be in 2 different sections. So the first half of our trip is in this packing cube. The second half of the trip is in the other packing cube. And that way, usually about halfway through our trip, for me personally, I like to do laundry. So I'll do a bunch of laundry to catch us up from our travel day there and days from the trip so far, and be able to have them packed back into, fold them up, clean clothes, and put them back in this packing cube. While the other one, then at the end of the trip, we can throw dirties maybe in the other if we need to. So depending on what our trip is kind of looking like, that will be dependent upon that. This one also has our jammies and everything in it, so it's a little more packed, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna be able to buckle this thing. Yeah, this one is not getting buckled. The other one buckled beautifully. This one's not happening, but it will squash down, fit in the suitcase, and that's all I'm worried about. Our arrival day clothes that we will immediately need access to, I'm gonna put in something else in the instance that our room is not ready. If our room is ready, we'll probably go hang things up, set up the room, and we could get in this packing cube. But if it's not, and I'm having to do flip the suitcase open really quickly there in front of Bell Services before I give them our bags to store until our room's ready so we can go to the water park, your girl wants to be prepared. It's just nice to be able to, oh, that's the swimsuit bag, pull it out, and you're ready to go and you're done. One game time decision I just thought about and that I'm gonna do is, because I know their dresses are part of the problem of what's like eating up so much space down here, I'm going to take one of my Space Saver bags and pull those out and put it in here. So let's do that really quickly, and that's going to flatten things down quite a bit, I feel like, and maybe make me be able to buckle this. And then this is what I use to suction them down. I don't use my vacuum, I'm using this, and I'm also going to be packing this. As you can see, it doesn't take up a lot of room. It is teeny tiny. You can even take the little spout off the end if you want to. But since Pop Century rooms don't have a vacuum in there, most hotel rooms don't, this is how I'm gonna be able to suck these up in the event that I need to save some space to bring things home. That got me a lot closer than I was, but it's still not getting me to buckle size, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to leave it. I'll probably just leave those in there though and take this, because for one, I need it to take and put up our inflatable bumper. So I'm gonna pack this anyway, but I may pack that because on the way back, we may pack slightly different, because packing when you come back, I feel like is very different than packing when you go there. It's a lot less organized, because when I'm there, my time is valuable on vacation. Obviously my time is valuable at home, but it's a little bit more valuable on vacation because Disney trips aren't exactly cheap. So with that, I want to have it organized and ready for me to have fun there, and I can deal with sorting things and doing whatever when we get back home. All that fit. I'm kind of surprised, but also very impressed. Like, that went in a lot better than I thought.
But we still have one more cupcake. Who are we missing? Maybe it's Ryder. It is. He still needs a cupcake.
I cannot believe we are now 4 days away from this trip. It feels like it's kind of snuck up on me, and I was like, man, I was gonna have so much more done by this point, but here we are, and it just is what it is. So I'm gonna quickly do my face. Obviously, I just got out of the shower, hence the wet hair. Spraying in some stuff to help with my thin hair. Got that. It tastes horrible, sorry. That's why I had to quit talking there for a second. I'm like, oh, I'm eating it. Okay. well, that's that. So this is the point a few days before the trip, personally for me, is when I like to pack my makeup. And I don't like pack it and put it in a suitcase yet, but I'll go ahead and put it in my makeup bag. We had a trip over the weekend and I just wanted something light. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and pre-pack my Disney makeup. And so for me, I like to do this and be able to use that face for a day or two. That way, if I need to tweak it or perfect it or be like, this is feeling good or this is not feeling good, it helps for me to not overpack and I don't have this giant makeup bag full of 57 different products that I'm not going to use, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to take up a bunch of space. So I've kind of narrowed it down to this stuff, but I thought I would do a quick little get ready with me with you guys and kind of show you how I'm doing my Disney face before we're in Disney. So starting out, I'm using the Dime Wonder Screen, another one that you could use if you wanted. It's a little more budget friendly. I've also used the e.l.f. and I have that one. So this one is my personal favorite, is the one from Dime. I really, really like it. I really like how it feels on my skin. It's very lightweight, and especially with summers at Disney, I am a Estee Lauder Double Wear kind of foundation kind of girly. I'm a thicker coverage usually, just because my cheeks aren't exactly my favorite thing on the planet, being a little pinky red, but vanity goes to side, so I'm like, I'm not sitting there melting. I don't want to have to be powdering and touching up and doing all that stuff. Like, I'm a mom now. I don't have time for all of that. So I'm going simple and lightweight. And I forgot to do this at the beginning. I don't know why I did that, but usually for me, I also take all of my makeup out of my makeup pouch. And that way I know what I have like left to put on. Does anybody else do that? Or is that just me? Got the IT Cosmetics Do It All Radiant Concealer. I'm loving this like shimmer that this one has. It's not like a lot. If you're like, oh, I don't want it to be glittery, it doesn't. But I love a glowy look. And so anytime I can get something that's like kind of glowy, going in with this little kitten paw concealer brush to conceal it. But I love how easy this stuff is. It's very lightweight. I can do it very easily with minimal light in a bathroom if I'm hiding from my sleeping children. We're in a good spot with that. All right, going in with the Milani Cheek Kiss. It's a liquid blush. I was a little scared of it, honestly, but I'm like, I want some blush, and I love the color of the packaging. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try it, and I actually really, really like it. Which sounds funny for somebody who is like self-conscious about their rosy cheeks. Make it make sense. But it just gives them this nice little glow, which I love. All right, Dime Lash Primer. So I'm going in with that so it can be setting for a second. And it makes such a huge difference if I use primer versus if I don't use primer on my lashes. So, okay, I hear both of the girls up because Bella's going to be asking for breakfast soon. All right, that is done. Going in with the NYX Brow Glue, and it holds my brows in shape really well, plus has a bit of color. So I like that, so they're not all crazy. Just kind of brush it through those. Speaking of brows, I need to go get them waxed or pluck them or something, but it's got to happen before this trip. Okay, that is done. I'm going to put on a little bit of this NYX bronzer just for a little bit of extra glow. But it just feels really light, really good on the face, just the whole thing. And I don't feel like I've got on this full face of makeup, it just feels very, at least to me, feels very light. Obviously, I have some people that are like, why do you wear white makeup at Disney? And why don't you do your full face? And it's like, everybody has their own thing. And it's like, you gotta do what works for you, people. This is what works for me. Now, in the wintertime, I'm more like, yeah, I'll take a minute and I'll do my full face. But if it's summer, I'm going easy. Easy, easy, easy. Because it's just no fun. Literally melting your face off. No pun intended. And then last, I'll put on some sort of lip product. I have this one in here. It is the NYX Fat Oil. But I really love the e.l.f. Sunscreen lip gloss. I've heard mixed reviews from people who love, like, some people like it, some people don't. I like it. I don't find it, I know some people complain that it's drying. I'm like, I don't feel like that. And it also keeps my lips from getting sunburned. Because if you've ever had sunburned lips, that hurts, like, really bad. And they can swell up, and it's just like, no thank you. So this is my favorite go-to for that. I have one that I keep usually in my makeup bag, and then one that I keep in my park bag purse so that I can kind of reapply throughout the day, but ignore the wet hair. But this is the look. So no makeup artist over here, but
Mom,
I enjoy it. You found your Hello Kitty bowl.
It was.
Told you it was time for
shopping
breakfast.
cart.
Well, I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll do a little bit more prep later. Oh, I almost forgot. I do coat it with this plump finish from NYX. Do you shake it? I don't remember. I don't see shake. We're just going for it. All right. Okay, now I'm done.
Mom?
Somehow we are now 2 days from this Disney trip. I cannot believe it. I'm excited, but like, what has happened to this week? We've been so busy this week. We've had, in the evening, we've had swim lessons every night, getting the girls, they just started this week. So it's their very first one. They're doing like a jump start kind of program so they can like get started. So we've been doing that all week and then working during the day, and it's just like, what has happened? So we're doing all the things, and I'm trying to get things wrapped up and buttoned up today because I really want to be able to like clean the house and maybe not leave it like it looked like a bomb went off. Like everything looks so organized leaving the house, but then like the house itself looks like a disaster zone. So I'm really hoping we can maybe not do that this time. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm working on shoes. For myself, I'm taking 2 pairs of shoes. My favorite sandals. These are super comfy, super squishy. I love them so much. Since these are my bulkier shoes, I'm gonna wear them on the airport or in the airplane, at the airport, on the airplane. We do TSA pre-check, so I don't have to worry about like having to take shoes off and stuff like that. If you've not invested in TSA pre-check, I'm telling you, if you fly even once a year, it's good for 5 years. I feel like it's good even if you fly once a year. I think it's great. But also going to take my native shoes. These are just slip on. I probably should wipe them off. They have definitely been loved, but I am absolutely loving wearing these, and they were great. I took the exact same, I have the white version of these as well. I took this exact same combo on our April trip. Love it. And I'm taking it again, especially for the summer heat. These are fantastic. And then for the girlies, I'm just putting them all in my little shoe packing cube here. Putting the girls' shoes in. I'm gonna have them wear their native sandals. Again, I need to wash these because little kitty feet have been in them. Also, did you know you could put these in the dishwasher? I did not know that. My husband told me that, and I'm like, I mean, we can try it. And I did, and when I did, they looked really good. And then I'm also gonna take a pair of just like cutie little sandals for them. Again, I'm just taking sandals for them as well so that they can stay cooler and more comfortable. Tennis shoes are just not really our favorite as a family, especially in the summertime. Sometimes my husband will still wear them, but as far as like me and the girls, this keeps us cooler and more comfortable. And they're not like, can I take my shoes off? It's like, no, you can't take your shoes off at Disney World. The bed officially sorted out. Wanted to show you guys really quickly how I'm doing the girls' suitcases. So these are going to be their personal items. They do fit within Spirit's personal item size. So on this side, that's going to be the zipper side. They have their little character signing board. So they'll have all the signatures. There is a Sharpie, the word escaped me there for a second, Sharpie in the bag as well. And then I have their little bubble maker, bubble blower that we are taking along with us. And then I'm gonna do a little pouch that they can pull out and play with in the airplane. I need to pick up a coloring book. I didn't realize we don't have any coloring books right now. We are completely out. So I've got these little dot stickers from another activity that they're gonna be doing, and they come with these pages. So I've got the little sticker sheets. I've got these little create a face sticker sheets for some different characters, kind of pulling from some of the things that we have and trying to use up some of what we have. And then I've also got crayons in there. I've got their little painting books. They didn't paint through this entire book on our last trip, so I'm going to take it because that was a huge hit. You just use water to paint. I take this little like travel cosmetic thing and I drop some water in there and they are good to go. And then I am going to be taking my 3-year-old's Yodo box and headphones. We love these. She loves this. I would take my 5-year-old's, but hers I'm actually having to send back today because it didn't want to power on. So thankfully, so far their customer service has been great. I've got to send them the Yodo Mini and then they're gonna send us a new one, seems like. So hoping that all comes through. But yeah, that's kind of what their little bags are looking like. I do need to, since I'm not taking her Yodo, I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with my 5-year-old, some extra activity to toss in for her. But that's it. We can throw a stuffy in here. They can throw in, oh, I will throw in too, their little blankets because they do get chilly on the plane when the air conditioning's pumping. So I'm gonna throw in our little travel blankets and I think that should be good. We can throw in their stuffy. If they get a little toy while we're there, we'll have room to throw it in their suitcase to bring back. So that is the personal item situation for the girlies. Moving over to this is going to be in our hotel room. And so I love the Miss Mouth's Messy Eater stain spray. And they came out with detergent sheets, which are awesome. They look almost like a dryer sheet. I don't want to open the box until it's time. So I'm just gonna leave those all sealed up, but they are, I've not used these, but I love the detergent sheets. It gets the clothes clean. I enjoy using them and it makes it a lot easier than packing liquid detergent or trying to order stuff and you may be ordering too much and then you have a bunch of extra. I am taking our little travel humidifier diffuser, but we love taking one of these. Have a Miss Mouth's Messy Eater stain pen, so a stain pen. Also love, seriously love their stuff. That's why I've like bought it and everything. The poopery for the bathroom in the resort. If you know, you know. If you don't, you need to order it. I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing and works. You just spray a spritz or two before you go, and it does not smell quite as bad, which is nice. And then some flushable wipes for getting booties clean. So I think that's almost all of our in-room stuff. So all I have to do is unpack this little packing cube and it's all set and organized. I'm totally kidding. Somehow this is my bumper. So this is an inflatable bed bumper. For the girls, they will split a queen bed at Disney. For the sides, I will be using a bed rail from Disney. I'll have 2 brought to the room. They're completely free. All you have to do is call housekeeping when you get there. This guy is going to be inflated and put in the center. That way, she's not touching me. Mom, she's touching me. Isn't happening because if you've ever dealt with that it's like, oh my God, she like looked my way. Sometimes my kids are like that. Sometimes they're little angels. It just depends on the day and the mood. And so this has been a huge help in doing that. It's also great for traveling. Like if you need it on the edge of the bed, we've done that where we'll stay at an Airbnb or hotels that don't offer bumpers. And that was great to have a little something to keep them from rolling out of the bed. But having it as a divider, seriously the best. And no, me or my husband will not be like the big bad wolf puffing and puffing. We'll have this little guy to do it for us. It is great. It works on inflating things. It deflates things. It is perfect. If you're taking space-saving bags that need to be suctioned out, this is the best money you're gonna spend towards that. All right, now this is my go-to stroller caddy. I love it. Has lots of little pockets and compartments. It has a spot for wipes, which is great. Cup holders, a little section in the middle for stuff. It straps onto virtually any of the strollers that we've used. We've used it on our side-by-side double stroller. We've used it on our Upper Baby Vista, which is an inline tandem kind of stroller. We've used it on little travel single strollers, and we've been able to configure it and attach it to every single one of them. So I have loved this thing. Comes with a mesh pocket on the back, which is huge, but this is where I'm gonna put our travel kind of stroller stuff. So I'm gonna take some little Mickey lights for when it gets dark. We'll strap those on there. But for packing this, I'm gonna try to pack all the stroller gear that I can inside of this guy. I'll leave the fruit snacks. We might need those. But lights are going in there. Have these extra little Mickey clips. They're little carabiners. They're great for holding on to shopping bags. We'll hook our popcorn bucket to these. You can attach it either to the stroller, or we've even attached it to like the handle of our backpack to handle things that way if we need something. But this has been really great for that. So we're taking that, and then I have this little sign, little stroller tag. We have had this, I think, since our first trip with Lucy. I've got a couple different ones that I like rotate through, but this one being so big is my favorite personally. And so we use it. And then also people are like, oh, well, those are only one-time use things. I see people like hating on stuff like this sometimes. You could also use it as a Christmas ornament. I'm just saying. It's not one-time use. Multi-year. Every year. There you go. But I am I'm just going to slide this in the back. Got a Mickey carabiner or mini carabiner here that I will take and slide in the back of this as well. And then I have these extra OXO handles. My stroller is in my car. I need to get it out and kind of probably vacuum it down. I would wash it, but I just don't feel like I have time to do all of that deep cleaning. So we may do some spot cleaning, vacuum it out, and then we're good to go. But I'll probably end up putting these on it because when you go through TSA, this will have to come off of the stroller. So usually I'll just have it in the basket, lay it up on the conveyor belt, let it go through security, and then before we collapse it, if we're using our side-by-side, this may be TMI, but for some of you, I get questions about like why, so I want to kind of somewhat over-explain this for some of you. When I get to the gate and we get a gate check tag on it, if it's my side-by-side double stroller, I will unstrap it, put it in the basket, and strap it to the bars that are in there, and then it'll collapse, stays in place even without a bag. Doesn't need it. I've never lost this thing once I strap it in. Just be sure you Velcro it to the straps or to the bars down there. With my Vista, we're gonna take a gate check bag for the seats because I thought white was a great stroller option. And so I love my white stroller. She's beautiful, but we've gate checked it without, and I'm just like, okay, maybe we should put at least the seats in a gate check bag. So we're gonna do the seats, and I'll probably toss this into that. All that to say, that is how I gate check this thing. You can put it in your suitcase. You can do a lot of things. It's kind of actually nice to have it in the airport sometimes, so I will keep it with us that way, but that's the stroller caddy. All right, so I have our pool bag that I have put our little wet bag of swim toys, water toys inside of it, as well as our little swim pouch. This has all kinds of things that we use at the pool. Have my little waterproof phone case in here. We have our Uno Splash. We have towel bands that we'll use, things like that. So all those outfits that we planned earlier, the ones that were for our arrival day, so our swimsuit, cover-ups, things like that. I have a child crawling through the floor. I am going ahead tossing those in here. That way once we arrive, all I have to do is pull out this single bag like we talked about earlier, and we are ready for the water park. We're ready for dinner. We're ready for all the things that we're probably gonna do that day. So, having this all packed and ready. If our room's ready and we want to just grab it, change and go, or if it's not ready and we're checking our bags with Bell Services, this is so helpful. And then once I take this stuff out after our first day, which is our water park day, I'm also gonna turn this into our stroller bag as well. So it's gonna be great for that. It's got lots of pockets, all of our stuff, and it zips, which is fantastic. So all that extra random stuff, for years we've been taking an extra shopping bag and like tidying the stroller, and that way all that loose random stuff before you get on the bus can go in that. This is just kind of stepping that game up just a little bit, and instead of using a reusable shopping bag or some big tote, this has a zipper on it. The zipper is a game changer. You're welcome. So I did make a game time decision to add an additional checked bag to this. Just makes it a little bit easier, and for us, we are a 2 checked bag family. I think I'm just kind of dialing in. I feel like the more you travel, the more you dial in how your family travels best, and we are a 2 check bag, personal item only kind of family, and that's just how we prefer to travel for us personally. That just makes getting through the airport with the kids easier. It's a little more laid back, stress-free. You're not having to deal with all the bags and everybody's carry-ons, all that stuff. All right, so we are taking our Vista in double mode. I feel like we're getting pretty close to the fact that Lucy may not need a full-blown stroller and we could do like a piggyback board, but I'm just not ready to chance it yet. Honestly, at 5.5, she's still probably using a stroller at Disney. Here at home, we very rarely use it for her. Most of the time, it's just for my 3-year-old if we need it. But at Disney, it is very different. Like, it's a lot for an adult and much less a child. So for me, this is gonna be the setup. So I'm gonna tidy it real quick, and then I'll kind of show you how we'll gate check it and get all that stuff ready to go. And because I know I'm gonna get questions about the kickboard, is that illegal? Is it not illegal? I thought it was illegal. So here's the thing. After a lot of research and even finding a Plan Disney response to someone asking if a piggyback board was an illegal item or if they could bring it, and the Plan Disney person, which gets their information from Disney, and also having people that talk to cast members, talking to cast members myself, it is not illegal. So the wording makes it sound like it was. I even put up a reel saying it was illegal because I was fully under the impression, like a lot of you, that it was illegal. After all that, I figured out that these are not considered trailer-like objects. Trailer-like objects would be something that hangs behind you pushing the stroller, not behind this. It is still within the footpath, and as long as the trailer-like object, the piggyback board, is within the parameters. So the stroller itself with the piggyback board is still within Disney's size parameters. So that means we're good. So that's the thing, is if you need to check and make sure that your stroller is within the size ranges. I know that can change. Disney's changed their stroller sizes over the years and things. So definitely check that out. You can check on the Disney World website and see exactly what the measurements are for your stroller, and that way you can know and find out if your piggyback board is or is not illegal. So based on that information, I'm taking mine. The thing is, if Plan Disney and everybody else that I've talked to was wrong, then worst case scenario, I'll just be like, okay, you're right, Mr. Security Guard, Miss Security Guard, whatever. And they will just probably hold it at guest services there at the front of the park, and then I can pick it up when I leave. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that is the alternative if something comes up. But honestly, with it being on the Plan Disney site, with it being within the size parameters, I'm feeling pretty confident now after way too much research on this topic. Stroller is prepped and ready for the airport. So I have our little stroller gate check bag. It folds out really big, and so I will put both of those seats in there. The snack trays will go inside that bag, and then all of this stuff here. This is our stroller rain cover. It is stroller, so I have started checking this with our stroller stuff, whether it's secured in the basket of the stroller or if I put it in a gate check bag if we're doing that situation. And then also have our stroller caddy like you guys saw earlier that we put together. All of that will either be secured in the base of the stroller or most likely, since it's this one, going in this little baggie right here. Last thing I'm doing to prep for the trip is ordering some groceries to our resort. I have a completely separate video. If you need to know how to do that, I will try to remember and link it down below. I have a lot to link in videos like this. So if I don't remember, leave me a comment or you can search it on the channel and we'll figure it out. But this is what I'm ordering this time. So got some chocolate mini frosted donuts. You can buy them in the gift shop or you can save money by ordering them this way. Got some bread, Little Bites muffins. Do have some pineapple juice for the girls, some body armor, fruit punch, a pack of Dasani water, some Special K strawberry bars, some strawberry and cream oatmeal cups for the girls, got some coffee creamer French vanilla for us, and then I grabbed these two International Delight ready to drink iced coffees. That way they're kind of like pre-mixed, so maybe that would be a little bit easier. We can just grab ice from the ice machines there and then pour these in, and then maybe just toss in some other stuff. Was also getting, you can get it, it's daddy. Everything happening at once. Honeycrisp apples, bananas, peanut butter, macaroni cups, Pringle cups, some Chomps beef sticks, we love those, some organic fruit snacks for the girls, and that is it, bringing it to a lovely total of $107.36. So it sounds like a lot for a Walmart order of this kind of stuff, but it does save us so much money on snacks and things there. Makes it a lot easier, so we can throw in some peanut butter sandwiches as needed, some different little things that just kind of fill in the gaps of meals and maybe not eating so much. We can split things, and if we're still hungry, kind of top off with any little snacks and things like this that we have. But that is our order for this time. So I think that's gonna do it for today's prep and pack with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, click that thumbs up button or red subscribe button if you are new. Would love to have you an end of the video club. You'll have to let me know if you're prepping for a trip. You'll have to let me know, how is your countdown going? Where are you at? You'll have to drop that down in the comment section. And if you're not, you'll have to leave me some little purple emojis. Let's just go purple. And that way I know you're part of my secret end of the video club. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.